All right, everybody. I hope and I pray that y'all are having a wonderful Christmas Eve. It is December 24th, 2023. It is Christmas Eve, and we got some weather to talk about. By the way, this is real interesting. There's a little bit of drizzle that is currently passing right through Oklahoma City as we speak here. So if you are getting ready to head out to, say, midnight mass, Christmas Eve services, there is, again, a little bit of drizzle that is currently on the way, moving through right now. So anyways, just wanted to pass that along to you all. Hopefully, again, you guys are all having a wonderful Christmas Eve, a very Merry Christmas to you all as well that are jumping on here. I know tonight's usually a really busy night, so I appreciate you all being here. By the way, Cold Front came through here not that long ago, and so we're done with the 60s for the rest of the year. The winds are strong. Temperatures are tumbling, 40 degrees right now. Feels like 29. Winds around 28 miles per hour. So we've got some winter air that has moved in. Let me see just how well you can actually detect this drizzle on the radar. You can kind of see it's this little green blips that you see passing through right now across OKC. It's kind of dropping down to the southeast, headed to Hara, and eventually down towards Shawnee. Let me see if it's made its way yet to McLeod. I actually have our camera pointed away from the drizzle, so I don't know if we'll pick it up on the lens here. We'll see. We've got 10 o'clock here. You know what? Y'all want to know something embarrassing? This was so embarrassing. I did something today at 5:30 on the newscast, and I'm so mad at myself because for 15 years, I've never said this. And then tonight on air, I said it, and I was so mad at myself. So we were having like all sorts of computer issues tonight. My clicker wasn't working. Teleprompter had locked up. And so I said Prague instead of Prague. And I immediately corrected myself. But I was so mad at myself that in 15 years, I've always said Prague, Oklahoma. But for some reason tonight, it slipped out as Prague. And so so for anyone that was watching at 5:30 and like, so come on, Damon, get the town names right. I do apologize for that one. So I was so mad at myself, but I'm over it now. I'm feeling all right. Okay, so got a little bit of rain passing through OKC right now, which it hasn't measured yet on any of our weather stations here, so I don't think it's going to probably amount to much, but we'll see. Speaking of amounting to much, talk about some good soaking rain last night. Like, I was so impressed. I have a weather station in my backyard. I picked up about an inch and a half of rain, but look at some of these rain totals that we have had so far this past weekend. So let's see, Norman Point 1.13, Stillwater 2.26, Lake Carl Blackwell over 2.5 inches of rain, Burbank almost 3 inches of rain. Look at Putnam there, over 2 inches of rain. This right here is phenomenal, and I want you all to look at how much rain has fallen this month. We have seen a lot more rain, twice as much rain out in western Oklahoma than elsewhere. So look at Putnam, 5.5 inches of rain this month alone. If this were May, that would be a really good number. The fact that it is December, it is usually the third driest month of the year, and we had over 5.5 inches of rain out west, even more so. This has been an incredible month for moisture, and we're just getting started. So in the meantime, let's see, Evan, you got a party going on. Let me go ahead and show you what's headed our way, because for everyone that thought that winter was canceled, because we started out the first 3 days with it being mild, not so much, not so fast. So we do have, it's going to be cold on Thursday, by the way. A couple flurries possible in there. But otherwise, it's time to feel more like December here, right? So 40s for highs tomorrow, 40s for highs on Tuesday, 40s on Wednesday, 30s for highs on Thursday. Friday, lower 40s. We go into next week. We're back in the 40s for highs. And the latest rain outlook, let me show you the latest rain outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. Looks like this. And it does have us as having a good chance for being wetter than normal for the first week of January. Now, one thing to keep in mind when we say wetter than normal, it's all relative because, like 2 inches in the month of May would be very dry because we average about 5.5 inches. But if you get 2 inches of rain in the month of January, which is statistically the driest month of the year, that's a lot of rain. So something to keep in mind that we go into the month of January with us being wetter than normal. Ashley Garrett, thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you, Evan, as well. Everyone that's jumping on here. So the outlook does look better as we go into the beginning of the year. Wetter than normal conditions will be returning to Oklahoma. So we definitely have a lot to look at, a lot to track. And really nothing has surprised me yet when it comes to this winter. I'm still feeling pretty good about our forecast, mainly based off of what history tells us. When you're in an El Nino, and especially a strong El Nino, 7 of the 7 strong El Ninos we've had in Oklahoma, 6 were wet, 1 was dry. So I go back to this being a wet winter. When I look at temperature outlook, cold winter not locked in. History favors normal to mild winters. Cold fronts tend to be brief. Remember, the average high temperature as we go into the next 10 days is about 48 to 49 degrees. So a high temperature of 45 degrees is not that far below average. Clayton, Merry Christmas to you. Diego, Feliz Navidad, mi amigo. Overnight lows average about 29 degrees. So we're pretty much there. So I know this weather looks cold, but we just got to remember that the weather, the anomalies that we had this past couple of weeks, those are not normal. Let me see how we're doing so far for this month. When it comes to climate, let me pull up our average temperature. Oh, wow. So if the month ended today, I'll highlight it right here in case you can't see it. Departure from normal, we have been 6.7 degrees above average. Now, this departure from normal for rainfall does not take into account this morning's, but let me see where we are in one of the warmest on record. Let me averages and records. Let me go into December, top 10 temperature. So as of right now, this is the 3rd warmest on record. These numbers are going to drop, though. They'll drop as we go into the next couple of days with this chilly end. So, when are we going to see snow? Well, let's look long range, why don't we? Let me pull it out over here. There might be a couple snow flurries coming in on Thursday, mainly out across northern Oklahoma. And there may be a couple snow flurries coming in even as we go into next week as well. What color's my tie for Christmas? It is red. I had pink on earlier, and I had some family in town. They said, you got to change it. So there's a chance for some snow flurries to come in. Okay, so Thursday, there's a few little snow flurries possible coming out of Kansas, dropping down to the south. And then we go into next week, there may be some light snow that tries to come in as well. We see it out across the Panhandle and out across Kansas. Nothing that looks, at least at this moment, really, really heavy. Then we go into like January 3rd, and there may be some light snow that tries to stretch itself in here as well. So there are some snow chances, but nothing right now that looks all that high. All right, everybody. KOCO 5 News at 10 o'clock begins a little bit. I'm going to head on over there. Got to look over some new data coming in right now. Anyways, hey, I'll be in here tomorrow, but have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful Christmas. Much love to all of y'all. And just remember, you matter to me, and I'm thankful for all of y'all. So anyways, have a good night.